You're listening to the Thoughts On podcast.
Yeah, so what's your thoughts on that? Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm here with SikGlitch. We're going to be discussing Far Cry 6. Comes out October 7th. So, SikGlitch, what's your thoughts on it? What do you think of the game?
I think it looks like us.
Oh,
No, I'm
yeah, I
kidding.
bet you do. Yeah, you think it looks like Garbo? Well, I got a bunch of notes here. Judging from just looking at that 9-minute gameplay that we saw posted by, I believe it was IGN or GameStop.
IGN. It was IGN.
It was IGN? Okay. Well, the
Yeah, it
first
was.
thing on my list is Guns for Hire is now Amigos. Did you know that?
Yeah, they had that actually in Far Cry 5.
They did, but it was only,
Yes.
wasn't it Cheeseburger? That was the only one. It was the bear.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, so the previous, actually, who brought that in first was Far Cry Primal.
Oh,
That's-
okay. I haven't played that one.
Okay, so in Far Cry, because you're talking about you can hire like the crocodile or the dog, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so in Far Cry Primal, you could have like a wolf, a bear. You can have basically anything. You just have to tame it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the first one that actually brought that out. Then, how'd it go? Far Cry 4, Primal 5? Or 5? 4, 5, Primal 4, 5. I can't remember how they went. Anyways, and then 5 brought in Cheeseburger and... You can have something else, I'm
The
pretty sure, in
dog.
5.
Wasn't it the dog? Or was that
Might
one of
have
the,
been, yeah.
was that one of the Guns for Hire's pets already? Like, wasn't that... Did that go with the plane guy? Or where did the dog come from?
I can't remember. I think it was just with the plane guy.
Okay. Well, we have
But
the...
now in 6 you have the dog in with the little disabled dog there.
Yeah, so we got the dog's name is Chorizo.
But I
and then the
feel
alligator's name is
like
Guapo.
I feel like the dog, you're gonna get some abilities with it.
Yeah, so the ability with the dog, the little dog, the dog is supposed to be a cute dog, which it really is. It's super cute. It'll
Yeah,
distract the
so-
enemies away from you. So that way when you're hiding, it can like go out, try to distract them, and you'll come up behind the enemy and
Yeah, I saw
obviously-
that. But I feel
Go.
like they might add some stuff to that. Because he's got a little carry-on, if you notice in the videos. He's got a little carry-on
Yes.
bag with it. So
So-
I feel like you're gonna be able to carry some stuff with him.
Or maybe it's an upgrade scenario where he'll be able to upgrade his
Could
equipment.
be. You could get like a little turret with him. I don't know.
Exactly. And
I
then
feel like they're gonna add some stuff there. Maybe not. Maybe it'll just be that.
it'd be
cute
cool if
little
they
pet.
did.
It would. I think that would be a cool aspect to have.
Because they already have the character branch tree in which you could have like different kind of...
Yes.
You could upgrade your character, obviously.
Yes, you can. Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you could
I mean,
upgrade
all
your-
of them you really can, to be honest.
Yeah. So then if you could upgrade your Guns for Hire like that dog with other abilities as well, that'd be pretty neat, as long as you
Yeah,
have the
that'd be-
resources for it.
Yeah, of course.
And then another key point here is after the game is over. Okay, so you know how in Far Cry 5 when you actually complete the story, the map's basically like clear of all enemies and you got like not really much to do. All you can do is like really fish and explore.
Well, no, there's still side missions you can always do, and there's still always enemies around.
Yeah, if you complete those side missions though, all the enemies are gone. No joke. If you complete the campaign, they're gone. Like if you complete the campaign, all the side missions, there's no enemies left on the Far Cry 5 map. But it was noted by the developers. This is actually like this is confirmed. After the game is over and you complete all side missions and stuff, there will still be enemies around the map. So it's never gonna be fully clear of enemies. I don't know what that says for the story. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's what they clarified with everybody.
I feel like 6 will lead into 7. I don't know why. I just have a strong feeling like because this is a whole new aspect of Far Cry.
I mean, Far
Like-
Cry 4 and 5 didn't 4 lead into 5, didn't it? A little bit. Can't remember.
I can't remember. I think it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess
And
was
like
a
that
little
guy's
bit-
gone because Far Cry 5 went into New Dawn, and that was the end. Like
Yeah,
they
that
just
was the
ended
end.
that. New
Yep,
Dawn was the end.
is the end of
so-
that story.
That was kind of ended of that story. Now you're leading into like a whole new like Far Cry scenario. So
Whole new story, all new enemies and boss fights. And apparently there's going to be not only a big boss, apparently there could be potentially some mini bosses as well, which I think would definitely be pretty sweet. Because
Probably. There normally is always. Like in Far Cry 5, you had the sister and the two brothers.
exactly what I was going to get to. Yeah. So I think that definitely there's going to be some kind of mini bosses that you'll have to fight. I don't know if it's
Oh,
going to be
100%.
confirmed that that'll happen, but I feel like that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, they will. 100%. They'll be like, because I think there's the leader. I can't think of his name right now. And
Oh yeah, what was his name? I know his brother was Jacob. I know that.
yeah,
And
I'm talking about this one though. You have like the main leader. I can't
oh
think of his
yeah,
name right now. You'll definitely have some other bosses that you'll have to defeat to get to him.
exactly. And then another key point I have here is modifiable backpack. So in the trailer, we saw that you could have a backpack that had rockets
Oh, the
equipped to it.
rockets. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, there's another one where it'll be like it'll shoot electric stuff, like bolts of like electricity. I don't know how that's gonna work out, how that's gonna play out, but apparently that might be a scenario in the game where you'll be able to upgrade it and choose what you want. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that is cool. I
Yeah.
feel like the only thing though at times is Far Cry takes it a little too far, and you just get so overpowered so quickly that then the game's just kind of too easy. I hope they don't take that aspect, because only reason is I found in Far Cry 5 and New Dawn, I was able to get like the top weapons like 3 missions in, and then I was just cleaning house the rest of the way.
Yeah,
Yes,
true.
you could obviously probably put the difficulty hard or like extreme. I'm sure people are going to say that, like, oh, just put it extreme or hard, which is fine. I want to play the missions, but I want it not to be so easy. Like, I would rather get that backpack like halfway through the story or like even 3/4. I don't want that, because then I'm just going to use it all the time, right?
Yeah, or at least
Because like
have something that's not overpowered as the backpack for the game.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, get the rocket launchers later.
Yeah, or like get like your assault rifles, like those heavy artillery ones, like later in the game.
Exactly.
And then you can use them for like the side missions when you're done the main story and everything. I know some people, they do all the side missions and do all the main story, and then it's just that last mission's the last thing you do in the game. There are people like that, and I tried to do that, but you always get off like and miss a few because you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna go do this right away. So
Yeah. And I feel another thing with that as well is if you're becoming overpowered too much, it's going to almost feel like Just Cause. It's not really going
yeah,
to feel
you're
like a Far Cry game.
no,
It's
you're
supposed
just
to be
gonna
survival.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then another thing we got here is possibility for a third person camera. In the trailer, there was a couple spots that seemed to be hinting at it. So, like, what do you call those areas in Far Cry 5 that you were able to get and it would start putting people like your allies in it? A stronghold. Okay,
Yeah,
apparently
stronghold.
in the trailer, it almost showed that you could control a character from a third person view at the stronghold. I don't know if this is gonna have a variation because like we know the division and the division
Yeah,
2 had a
yeah.
third person camera. Now it wasn't first person at all, but are they gonna mix in third person elements inside of this game as well as when you're outside of those safe zones first person? Or are they just strictly making it first person just like every other Far Cry?
I
That's
feel like it'll be first person.
That's what I think as well, but I'm not too sure after looking at that trailer, unless it
They
was
might
just
be
for the
able to
cinematic.
add that third person aspect in
Yeah,
as a setting if you want to change it to that. They might do that.
especially
But
considering this is the first Far Cry to have. Isn't it the first Far Cry to have a scenario where you pick the male or female and it's story driven like that, and it shows the
yeah,
character in the cutscenes?
yeah, that's the first one. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm almost wondering if now they're gonna start adding the third person elements because of that issue, like because of that.
I don't know. Yeah, they might.
Something to think about. Another thing
They
as
totally
well,
might.
co-op campaign has been confirmed by the
Yeah, I
developers.
was happy by that. I was so happy
Yes.
seeing that.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if it didn't do that? And after all this time, after playing Far Cry, like pretty much
Yeah,
all of them, and then they come to this one and like, now we're not adding that. That would
the only
suck.
one that didn't have it was actually Primal. You couldn't do co-op during that, which was really
Exactly.
weird. Or yeah, no,
At
yeah.
least I never even owned it, so I wouldn't even be able to test it. But you
I
played a lot of that.
Yeah, man. Honestly, to be honest, out of all of them, I loved Primal. Like, I know a lot of people didn't. I thought it was one of the best, only just because it was that total knockoff of not having like guns.
Yeah,
Like you had a club, you had a mallet, and you had a bow, and your bow was your like go-to thing. And like collecting wood, creating arrows, and like rebuilding your like weapons all the time. I just found made that game more enhanced rather than just searching for ammo all the time.
and that's what Far Cry is supposed to be, though, a survival game, not a just cause
Yeah,
game. So
exactly.
I
And
totally
I
understand
I
where you come from.
I appreciated that so much because it like for how old that game is, the graphics, man, make some of the new games look horrible. Like it
I don't
was
doubt it.
insane. And I loved it. You know what's funny? It got so hard at one point. I stopped playing it because I was just like, this is so hard. I can't even defeat this. That then at times, you play games and you're just like, oh, I can't do this. And you'll take a break for like a month or two from it, and then you're like one day you're like sitting in your place or whatever, and you're just like, man, I'm
Yeah,
bored. I want to play this game again. And then you just get back into it because you just remember all those moments, and then you beat that mission
and it's
that took
so
you months
rewarding.
and months, and it's so rewarding that you're just like, okay, now I'm just gonna play more and more of it.
Exactly, and that's the way
That's
that it's
literally
supposed to
how I
be.
felt. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
So that's the one thing I was super appreciative about Primal is even though I was pissed off at it for a little bit, I got right back into it because of how awesome it was.
And I hope Far Cry 6 is the exact same way. Because I
I
would
do too.
love
I feel like it's
that.
going to be a lot of a spin-off of Far Cry 5 in aspects and ratios just because of how it looks.
Yeah,
But there's going to be obviously new features and different stuff that you could do. So,
totally.
I know
What was you going to say?
I was going to say, the when you were talking about the boy girl situation of being uh like the girl character or the guy character, I feel like that's how it's going to play in co-op campaign is one will play the girl and one will play the guy.
Think
That's why
so?
they have that ratio. Oh, 100%. I feel like that's how it's going to be.
Because there's still character customization as well.
Nah, I still feel like one will be the guy and one will be the girl.
Guess we'll have to wait and see. It could be. Could be.
Yeah.
Another point here is also no arcade mode or map editor. I know some people had a lot of fun with that in Far Cry 5. I don't even think we played it once.
Nope.
It just didn't appeal to us. I mean, to spend the time to be able to map create. I mean, if you do it and you do a good job, all the power to you. But unfortunately, that's not coming in this one.
I don't
Now,
think that the game is honestly meant to do that. Like, I don't think.
no.
Like, here's the thing Far Cry to me is a story based game, and like, obviously not online except for co op, which is campaign, which is totally fine. I love
Yep,
that.
love that.
But like, for online based, I don't think Far Cry is meant to be online based at all.
It almost
Personally.
turns into a sandbox mode, like a sandbox game, almost like Gary's mod to that point where you're starting to create those kind of worlds and just funny
Well,
moments.
like, personally, I don't need a battle pass in Far Cry. Like, I
Yeah,
don't need
definitely
online.
not. I mean,
I
so
don't
far
need
right
online.
now, we don't know there's a battle royale, so that's good.
Man, I wouldn't even want to attempt to play a Far Cry Battle Royale. Like, I feel like that would
No.
just be awful.
Yeah, it would be. It definitely wouldn't be good. And then another note here we got obviously the release date's October 7th. So if you haven't pre-ordered it,
It's going
might
to get
want to
pushed
take a look
back.
at that. You think so?
Yeah, 100%. I don't feel like it's going to make it then.
I mean, I guess they've already pushed it back once. We'll see if they push it back again.
I don't know why. I just have a weird feeling they're just going to be like, we're going to need like another month. It'll come out in like December. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that's when it's going to be. Only just because, like, personally, like, yes, October is a good day to bring out games and stuff, but
Yeah.
like, why would you not just wait the extra months and just get it and like push till December? You're going to have way more families buying that for like Christmas then.
I almost wonder if they're going to be bringing it out in October and then will it be on sale by the holiday season?
No, no way.
No, you don't think so? A lot of
No way.
Ubisoft games have been going that way though.
New one, I don't think they would put it on sale 2 months in.
I don't know, man. It seems like they've been doing that a lot with their games, but we'll see. Because and you know what? They actually might delay it because they've got games like Riders Republic coming out. They got The Division that's free to play. Apparently, that's rumored, or I don't know if it's confirmed
Yeah,
or
I've
not.
heard of that. No, it's confirmed.
It is confirmed. Okay, so they
Yeah,
got
yeah.
that, and then like I'm sure they're working on another Assassin's Creed. Why not? Right? It's making money.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it always makes money.
Yep. And then like what else are they working on, right? They're always
Yeah.
making more games and stuff, so they're
That
always
is the
busy.
one thing I'll give Ubisoft credit for is their soul to make campaign games.
Yeah, they know how to
Like
push games. That's for sure.
they
They know
know
how
how
to
to
push them out.
they know how to make single player games. Like I don't know any other people that make really good single player games, but I gotta give it like for ones I at least like is all Ubisoft.
Yeah, their games can be pretty well done.
Like Assassin's Creed, man, I've played a few. Always, I love them. Like I thought they were amazing.
Yeah, they're good.
Um, Far Cry, amazing. Like there's just games. I know there's other ones as well. Like I mean, we've played the Division. I thought it was well done.
Yeah, those are well done games. Definitely don't want to play them by yourself. I mean, you
No,
can if you are
that's
really
the only
into
thing
them,
with the
but
Division is like you have to play with
a
people.
group. Yeah, you got to play with
Yeah.
the squad. And then I got another point here. Apparently, the game won't be coming to Steam. It'll only be available on the Ubisoft Store and Epic Games, unless you're on console. Then it'll be on those corresponding stores. But other than that, yeah. And it'll also be available on Ubisoft Plus if you have that subscription service, which I
Oh, okay.
think Ubisoft might announce that for the Game Pass. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, you might get the game included in that. We'll see. But yeah,
Interesting.
not coming to Steam.
I don't blame them.
No, I don't blame them either. I mean, they have their own
It's their
store
game,
now.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
they have their own store. They might as well bring it out for them. So.
and they also just brought out that Ubisoft Connect thing not too long ago. So why not use that?
Yeah, yeah. Why not use it to its full advantage?
Especially if you start making, more money off not sharing it with Steam. Kind of maybe look towards advancing that
Yeah,
storefront.
literally. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, build off of it. Don't just
Exactly.
keep producing stuff on Steam just because it has something already.
Exactly. And we already know that like Ubisoft Connect still has features from Uplay and it still has that almost same feel as Uplay. They can do better than
Yeah,
that.
true.
We know how they make
Yeah,
games. We know how they make story games. We
yeah,
know that they can improve from where they are right now. But I guess, you know what? At least they're working towards it. We know they're still working on it because they still have to bring the crossplay as well. They haven't added that yet, and that was one of the key
no,
points
they
that they said
haven't.
was
Yeah.
coming to it. So
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
it'll be exciting to see when that Ubisoft Connect brings crossplay into it, because crossplay is supposed to be coming for, I don't know what Ubisoft games in total, but I know Siege is one of them, and I know a lot of people are
Yeah,
waiting for that one.
yeah. I feel like that will enhance their game a lot.
Oh yeah, because if you have friends that are playing, uh,
Xbox, at least.
yeah, exactly, Xbox, and then you got a friend that's on PC. I mean, you'll be able to connect, like they'll be able to
And
connect and
play.
play
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. 100%.
that'd be
You
a
get a
huge
lot
thing.
more fan base out of it for sure.
Yeah,
So.
those are all the key points I had over Far Cry 6 for now.
So one thing I did notice is I don't think fishing's coming back,
No, I don't think so. I don't think so either. I
and
think
I
that's
only think that
on.
yeah, I think that was a Far Cry 5 thing.
Yep. Yep.
Only because Far Cry 6 takes place like kind of in a like city, right? Or like
Yep.
town at least.
Sure
I don't feel
does.
like you're out in the outdoors. Like Far Cry 5 was all outdoor based, like 100%. You were just driving through like woods all the time. Far Cry 6, I think you're going to be more in like a city state area, right? In Cuba there.
Yep.
You're going to be constantly like traveling through towns and stuff.
Ooh,
You're not going to be kind of
that brings up another point. Apparently, in that city part, you know how a lot of games have where you can't go inside the buildings and stuff, or you can only go into a couple of them. Apparently, you might be able to run through every single one of those buildings.
you actually got to see like in that 9-minute gameplay, like him or her, whoever that person was playing, them go through buildings.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Luke, did you not see the one part where the guy like uses his gun and knocks down like the wood wall and he goes like into it?
No, I totally missed that detail.
Yeah, so like there's like wood panels at times in Far Cry 6, and you're able to actually like smash it with your gun, and then you can go in and it'll be like an own area that you can like
Ah,
enter. Yeah.
that's
So I
pretty
feel like that's
neat.
gonna be like because Far Cry 5 had that as well, right? You had like little wood barriers and you could
Yeah, those
smash it
created
and
the
like go through.
puzzles.
Yeah, the puzzles. That was like some of the things in like the buildings that had you could like walk around and then there's like that wood kind of like barricade and then you can like smash it and you'll like enter and there's like whatever will be in there, like maybe a chest or whatever.
Yeah, those will be cool. I mean,
Yeah, 100%. I think that would be sweet.
you know what? The fact that you said that, I am hoping they bring a portion of those puzzle room kind of things back into this
Oh,
one.
same. Far
Those
Cry
were
5,
fun.
man, was so much fun. Being able to just like find that on your map, and it's like a barn or like a building, and you just like enter it, and you have to like
Yeah.
figure out the way of like going through. Oh yeah, 100% fun. The only thing I cringed about Far Cry
The
5 was the
bees.
bees.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
bees were not nice.
literally the cringy as fuck, man.
Yeah, they
I
were not
hated
good.
that. I
I
hated
didn't
that.
either. And they
Just
would
hearing
swarm
them
on your
just like
face.
I was like, oh my god.
I guess it
I did
makes
not like
you
that.
look around and make sure you're not gonna get
Yeah.
stung, I
So
guess.
I do hope they bring that back as well. That was a cool feature in Far Cry 5.
It really
So
was.
the other feature I hope they bring back in Far Cry 5 is driving. I found for some reason in Far Cry 5, man, the driving was so smooth. Far Cry 4 driving, man, was
Rough.
it was horrible, at least on console. Like it was
Yeah.
so bad, man. In console it should be easy. It was so bad. For some reason it would trigger you into like you could like click your analog stick and it would like auto
Self-drive.
drive.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it was like you were like a drunk driver. I was like, what? And you go slow. I'm like, this is
Yep.
pointless.
Exactly. In some points it would go off the trail as well.
Exactly. Or you go the wrong way. I'm like, I'm not even going the right way.
Yeah, I
So I'm
remember that.
hoping the driving at least, because it does like you can hijack vehicles in the 9-minute gameplay. You got
Yep.
to see yourself hijack vehicles. I'm hoping it's at least decent.
Apparently
Don't make
well, as well on that, I think they have to advance the driving because apparently there's a lot more vehicles in
Mm.
this game and a lot more modifications you can make to the vehicles. You can
So
strap giant guns on them now.
yes, I didn't hear about that.
You didn't hear about that?
No, I did hear
Oh, you
about
did
that.
hear about that? Yes.
Yeah.
Which is cool
So
because there's a lot of, there's got to be at least a couple sports cars in the game, and obviously there's going to be older cars as well, considering it's from
yeah. Cuba.
Cuba.
You're
So
based out of Cuba, so
exactly. So there's going to be older vehicles, and to see modifications of giant weaponry on the cars is going to be sweet.
yeah, it will be definitely awesome to be honest.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I love Far Cry games. I do like the outdoor based ones. They are sweet. Like the nature ones, they are cool.
Yeah,
Just
they're
to
fun.
like, only just to see like graphic based, like just because it's so enhanced, right? That you're like, this looks real.
All the trees
And there
and the
were
bushes.
times in Far Cry 5 I was like, holy moly, this looks real life.
Looks like photorealistic.
Exactly. But I know like 6 is going to be different because you are going to be in that town. So
Yeah, that's actually another thing. Good point on the environments.
yeah.
I rewatched like that 9-minute gameplay. I looked at the water, and that totally changed my mind. Now I'm like, when I look at that water, I'm like, wow, that water looks really good. They were shooting
Dude,
an AK
Primal?
into it, and it was creating the ripples from the bullets hitting it. I was like, wait a minute, Cyberpunk didn't even do that.
Dude, Primal had the best water.
Oh yeah,
That shit, when you would dive in it, I would get fucking goosebumps because of how scared I
wow.
was. I don't know if you remember playing Far Cry or ever remember watching me play, but when you would jump in, if there was a crocodile nearby, it would like take you on. You had to like punch it. Do you remember seeing that? I
Yeah,
think 5 had that aspect
yeah,
as
I
well.
did.
That shit terrified me, man. I hated going in the water because I was like, it's so realistic because it's mucky, it's muddy, which it should be. It's dark, and I have no idea if there's a crocodile nearby or that giant fish that would attack you. I'm like, no, I am not going in the water with the life of me.
Gets creepy.
So it looked like that aspect was in 6 as well, because when you were swimming with the crocodile, it was like
Exactly.
dirty kind of looking, right? Like muddy water. And I'm like, I am not doing that. No way.
Well, you might have to do it in Far Cry 6 because yeah, if there's the amigo called Guaco, the alligator,
Yeah.
then there's
Yes.
got to be other alligators as well.
Oh,
So
100%. Yeah.
it's gonna be a little
I don't
scary
know. I
swimming
feel
through
like
it.
there is going to be boats as well in the game. Like I feel like there is
Oh
going to
yeah,
be some outdoor gameplay at least, right? Like they are going to add some of that aspect into it, but I just feel like
has to be.
most of it is going to be in a town.
There was boats in Far Cry 2. There's got to be boats in Far Cry 6. There has to be.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah. And the new edition with tanks and stuff will be really cool. I'm excited to see how that
That's
looks.
going to be interesting. I don't know how that's going to play out because obviously, like, technically speaking, if you got hit by an impact of a tank, you should die right away.
Oh, 100%.
So I just wonder how is that going to play out? Like, I feel like that's going to be a one mission thing.
Yeah.
Only just to show, like, or maybe it will be like in every mission thing because of, I don't know.
We'll just have to see. Yeah. Well, I think we covered most of it.
I think so, honestly. There's like obviously some other aspects that we're gonna miss out because we haven't seen yet. Like I'm still waiting for more gameplay. Like 9 minutes isn't
Exactly, me
enough.
too.
I need
No,
like
it's not.
an hour gameplay. Show me like at least the first like 2 missions. Show me the first 2 missions and that's it. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, that would get a good idea on how the game's gonna play
I'll
out.
be yeah.
Well, until then, I think that's gonna conclude the segment of thoughts on. Think so? You think so as well?
I think so. You know what? 20 minutes? That's a good time.
Well, yeah, we've been going for 27 minutes almost.
Hey, that's not bad, you know, for our first time.
Not bad at all.
There's obviously going to be more we could talk about.
Oh, there's going to be more
we're still
episodes on
waiting.
Far Cry 6.
Yeah, there will be 100%.
100%. Alrighty. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to subscribe, hit that like button. Thanks again. This is SikGlitch. If you want to check him out, his socials will be down in the description. If you want to say anything that you're doing right now, if you want to say what's going on, let them know.
Just having a cold brew, and thanks for having me, man.
No problem, man. Anytime. You're always welcome on here. Alrighty, well.
We'll be on here lots.
Oh, yeah, you will. We'll have some good times.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thanks again. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.